Yep. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, man, I almost knocked over the light and the camera in one go. Oh, nope, I still did. Okay, whatever, we're keeping this one. Now, a long time ago, I did a series where I would call it like 24 within 24, or I think I actually called it like Return of the Shorts, where I would film one day and then edit it the following day and release it that night, or like the same day sometimes. And this video is not that. However, the idea is kind of the same, where I go out into the Osaka, Japan world and, you know, just bring you guys along what I have to do today, because I want to go pass by some arcades to go see if they're even open anymore, because there's some I just haven't seen in a long time. I gotta go pick up some fight stick parts. And by the time the idea of this video started forming in my head, Tekken 8's demo has just released, and I thought it'd be cool just to give some impressions or my first interaction with the game, because I personally have done a pretty good job of staying away from a large majority of what Tekken 8 is, from like just kind of following like what characters are out, but I didn't really pay attention to the systems, the movement, the moves, pretty much jumping into it like a blank slate. I'm gonna bring you guys down into my Osaka downtown adventures real quick as I hit one place to another and explain and blah 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 blah, and I hope you guys enjoy the ride. So enjoy the video, let's get to it.
Welcome to the revolution. Hey, come on!
After a nice 210 yen journey on the bus from my house, we would find ourselves in downtown Osaka, known as Namba, aka Minami. What's funny though, looking at the satellite location of where I was currently standing, looks quite different in real life. So right now we're kind of like in the middle of Minami Namba area. What's crazy about this place is this like whole area didn't exist when I first came here. This actually just got finished this year, and one of the first images I took was this one, if I remember to put it on screen or whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna go to Sunkaku, and then I gotta go pick up something that I fucking forgot for one of my fight sticks, because I do want to try out Tekken 8 sometime today and give you guys like a little impressions or just an idea of what I might like or not like about it. Unfortunately, due to the proximity of holiday season, I wasn't finna about to wait a couple of hours just to get inside Sunkaku in the Shinsekai area. Not to mention a friend of mine had just landed from America, which I was gonna meet up later this day. But I did spend some time here. For those that don't know, my hometown of San Francisco used to be a sister city to Osaka until a couple years ago. When I saw Sunkaku for the first time, it was almost like a mirror image of a certain area in SF as well. So I kind of felt more at home, not to mention like the weather, the people, and you know, just add to the similarities. As I was walking around avoiding the crowds, I did find myself in an arcade, this one in particular, called Retro Arcade Zarigana. I'll leave the link down below for those of you that want to come visit it for yourself. What was nice about this one is, although it was small, it had a variety of titles like Afterburner, Outrun, and even a Super Mario Cap. But if you make your way upstairs, you will find yourself surrounded by candy caps with even more games to choose from. I showed a little arcade that had a lot of candy caps. I know it's loud, so bear with me. But that arcade unfortunately closed down, I think last year or 2 years ago. Okay, this is getting a little too loud. The type of games found here reminded me of my favorite little hole-in-the-wall arcade that was just up the street in Nipponbashi, even though that one only had one floor and is also dead. However, that hole-in-the-wall had one Mario Cab, and this one, the arcade that I was currently at, I remember having only one as well, and now it has two. So I can't say for certain, but I do hope at least the cabs that closed down from the other place made it elsewhere or even here. Dude, I swear, even my brain is fucking shy when it comes to this. I won't extend my hand that far out because I'm still not completely comfortable talking in public, but it's something I want to force on myself because give you guys an idea of what to expect in Osaka and maybe other places, Nagoya, Kyoto, Tokyo eventually, but we gotta start small first. From Sunkaku, we head out to Nipponbashi, where we'll find Sengoku Densho, which is like an electronics store, similar to like a hobby electronics store, or for those of you that remember, a Radio Shack, which in its flurry of random electronics is where you will find a small yet compact area of arcade parts to choose from. Although this is like a small corner of the shop, They have practically everything. They have golden lever parts like right here just on the shelf. They have gamer finger parts right here on the shelf. I'm about to cop this 303 FK, and they have this switch I need, the Omron, I think 3A5 or 6A5, I always forget which one. And oh man, I was not expecting this. My friend said that they didn't have that much, but it looks like they either must have restocked or pretty much just got everything they could, because there's a plethora of everything here, and now I don't have to order from like Focus Attack or Arcade Shock or anything, so I feel a little spoiled right now. Now, I would be lying if I would say this is my first time here, but I don't know what it is. The fact that like golden lever parts are like locally available to me has kind of sparked my interest in trying it again, even though they're still fucking expensive as fuck. You know, I don't have to deal with the waiting for the shipping or just the shipping cost in general. However, on this day for this video, I purchased a golden lever short collar for my Myeongshin Fanta, which I guess some of you are telepathically connected to my purchases because somebody messaged me the day after if it fit in a Myeongshin, which you do have to shave it down since the Taeyong collar is larger than the Myeongshin. Dude, the weather is so fucking nice right now. Get that fucking nice red sky. Was that thunder I just heard? Oh, for those of you who are wondering why I bought the levered stuff while I was over here, that was a thundercloud I heard earlier. Before wrapping up my little voyages, I did hit up one more arcade, and that arcade was Athena Nipponbashi, right down the street from Namba Station. Glancing at the first floor, you probably wouldn't suspect this to be a fighting game hub with all the bright lights. Go up another floor, same, third floor, kinda same but different, but once you accept this degenerate poster into your life, you know you have evolved from a casual gamer to a cultured swine, and you have been guaranteed access to the 4th, 5th, and 6th floor of the fighting game mecca known as Athena Nipponbashi. I have been here 2 times before, once during the pandemic where nobody was here, and again shortly after I moved, which again nobody was here. But for whatever reason this time there was a plethora of people playing pretty much everything on every fighting game floor. From KOF to Blaze Blue to Street Fighters, on every floor that had a fighting game on it. I even saw some remnants of a tournament that was ran for Melty Blood on the walls. Now I didn't end up recording all that much in here because I didn't want to be that corner with that camera and just disturbing everybody's time, and I actually just put my camera down and pretty much just lived in the moment like everybody else was. But if you want to see a more in-depth video about this arcade, Anime Illuminati actually already did one with Majin Obama, so go check that one out. Soon after I got my fill of fighting games, I would go across the street to G-Store, an anime boutique with many things, too many to actually name, and I actually don't remember why it came in here. Typically these stores don't really have anything for me, although wait a second, is that a my shirt? Wait, are those fighting game shirts? Well, I mean there's fighting game shirts, but I mean there's no way they would have Giga. What the Fukushima? And it looks like no matter where I go, I always find something like this. Jingle bell, jingle fuck. Happy New Year, you fucking degenerates.
That guy, this guy, that guy, this food right here.
I didn't really know how to transition from that compilation from the last couple of days, so let's talk about Tekken 8. Now, by the time I'm releasing this video, I played Tekken 8 for just about 3 hours. Now, it's not enough to really get super familiar with the game or super comfortable with the game, but it is enough for me to figure out if I'm willing to dedicate my time and even care for it in the future. Trust me, that's enough time. I have played Marvel vs. Capcom 3 as much as I played Tekken 7 or more, and I found out very fast that Infinite was not for me. So I don't have like a really structured way that I want to talk about the game. I'm probably just going to talk about the game the way I experienced it, like from the start menu to the UI to the stage, the character, blah, 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 blah. You guys get it. So let's go ahead and jump in and we will start from the start menu. Why not? Jumping straight into the start menu, we get a glimpse, a preview, an idea of the graphical fidelity that Tekken 8 is going to offer, because Kazuya looks amazing just in this little standing thing right here. And now the main menu is simple, to the point, and very straightforward, which is exactly what I like. I like the boring UI, so I don't have to think about where I need to navigate. I know this is the demo, but like I said, I hope they stay with this. And can I say, I'm a little happy that the little mini intros for each characters are back. They weren't in like Tekken 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7, I think it is, and 6 had the mini intros, but you know, it shows like a little bit of personality, right, before actually getting into the game. I know Tekken 1 had them too, but oh man, some were rough. However, my favorite character select screen belongs to Tekken Tag 1 with the best character select theme, period. Don't at me. I mean, it's cool. Like, you get to see Paul, he does his little stretch into his usual Paul Phoenix. Gotcha. Kind of being like excited for the fight. And then, you know, you have Jin being super concentrated on his hand. Jin Kazama. And his focus and determination goes even further, being the only character of the 4 going into a fighting stance. You milk toast bread ass. And then you have Kazuya, who comes up into the evil man b-boy stance. Kazuyami Shima. And then goes into the I'm over your shit stance. And then Nina goes from all business to bitch, you know I'm sexy. Don't call just sexy. Nina Williams. Let's get this over. It feels like she's more obligated to be here or bothered to even be there just by her expression and giving her costume almost a little bit of life to a certain degree. And then before I get into gameplay, can we please talk about the stages? Because the stages look so goddamn good. Oh man, especially the city stage. You know, it has the light rays and the reflections and the background and the this and the that. The dog. It's cool. It's cool. I like that stage. I'm looking forward to the stages, even like the crazy ones, like the one that's in Raven's trailer. I love those kind of stages. It shows a lot of character and brings like the world of Tekken to life. Coming from my casual brain, Tekken 8 still feels like Tekken to me, at least in the movement department. Doing the irresistible waivus with Kazuya felt pretty much the same to me. Korean backdashing also felt the same, but I felt like the tempo was like a tad bit different, just a tad bit, because I would find myself falling out of sync every so often. But I have been out of practice with Tekken like in general, so I'm sure there's some variables to what's happening here. But when it came to the comboing and hitting portion of Tekken, I noticed the differences pretty quickly. Since I am a 2-player side only Kazuya player, also known as a scrub, I was doing pretty simple combos and noticed that the way that bounds and screws felt were pretty different. Finally, I got to try out the heat system, which seems pretty cool, with the whole idea being in your hot and heavy heat mode, that your moves get altered from this to something like this with heat. Which I don't think I need to say, it is going to be pretty cool because this is going to change how every character feels during heat mode. I was a little caught off guard when I first landed Kazuya's down forward 1-2 and automatically dashed up when I wasn't ready at all, but these moves are called heat engagers, where if you do a heat cancelable move, you can dash into someone's face spending some meter. Kind of reminded me of like Red RC, where you can either continue your combo or continue your block pressure, which I'm a fan of. For now, I don't want to be on the other side of this. Now, I didn't really use any of the raw activation because I just didn't know they existed until my last few sessions when I was playing the game. But yeah, there is a way to raw activate into heat. Then lastly, when it comes to the heat modes, you have Heat Burst, which is an offensive starter for getting into the heat state. Then you have Heat Smash, which is when you're already in heat state, it does this little mini combo and smokes your entire meter. I know this thanks to the, I can't believe I'm fucking saying this, the tutorial. They got a little cute tutorial in Arcade Quest, which I'll talk about in a second, but I can't believe it. There's actual thing that tells you how to do things in this game now. So far though, I don't really mind the heat system outside of its trash can naming scheme, but it doesn't really seem like there are any standout defensive options when it comes to combating the heat system, but I guess only time will tell, and I'm not really familiar with any of the systems enough to really say good or bad. Now that I was actually able to put my hands on Tekken 8 and feel the heat system for myself, my opinion that I originally formed in my last video pretty much stands the same. The fact that there is a meter system and you have to deal with meter management is just going to add another layer to the the system that is Tekken. In fact, that heat system changes some of your base moves is gonna ensure that like heat's gonna feel different with every character you play and adds a flair or a bit of personality for Tekken 8 itself. Anyway, I like the feel of it so far. I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun just doing the combos because they just look cool when you dash up on people's face and do all the things and the cinematics. It just looks cool to me and it looks fun to do. I'm that guy. I just want to have some fun in Tekken, and it looks like I'm gonna do just that in Tekken 8. Anyway, that's enough for the gameplay stuff, so let's talk about the story mode. And man, it already starts off on a good note, that the fact that they kind of like address why Jin was being the emo clusterfuck of a war instigator that he was in Tekken 6, which like felt like a complete flip of what his character usually is.
当主となったジンは世界に対し独立と宣戦を布告した。
Jin Kazama, stop your warring before it is too.
付き合っている暇はない。
And I'm glad like Kazuya was like, yo, you coming at me, I'm out here destroying the world, but you already did it first.
抜かせ、その戦争を始めたのは貴様だろう。
Jin's like, I'm the only one that can stop you, and therefore I did all of this to get to this point right now.
デビルの血を根絶するためだ。
It's a valuable, you know, explanation for something like this. But what I'm hopeful for is that the fact that they're willing to like fill in that part of the story so fast is they're going to fill in maybe more parts of the story or the overarching story from the last couple of years. I'm really glad that the fucking narrator is gone though. Fuck that guy. The fucking sloth energy emitting kind of motherfucker. Man's out here trying to get his monotone degree ass motherfucker. Ain't no room in the art of boring having ass motherfucker. Suck the fun out of a story delivery having ass motherfucker. The narrator made me feel like. Anyway, hopefully this story mode's good. Now let's briefly go over Arcade Quest mode. Now, like, how do I say this? I don't really give a shit. One of the things that really caught me off guard in the Arcade Quest battle thing, when they showed like the Kazuya enemy main guy person, and he was doing waivus in like the little like demonstration thing, like showing like newbies, this is a real thing. Like you gotta get used to it. Sorry, it's part of the game. And I really like that. I really like that. The fact you're using like Meebot or Wii characters, whatever the hell they used to be called, it's hard for me to get immersed in that kind of stuff. Although it may not be something I'm looking for, with the tutorial elements and the old school arcade storyline experience being in the game, it will be a great thing for newcomers of the series, alongside the main storyline of the Tekken universe. I know there's a whole online hub using this whole system and aesthetics, so maybe seeing it in its full capacity might make me change my mind or get me a bit more interested, but for now, and probably forever, I still don't give a shit. And then we have the mode that I could not stop hearing about, and that's the ghost mode. You pretty much play like a computer character, and the more you play the character, the more it starts adapting your playstyle. For example, like during like some of the streams that they were doing against me, I was down jabbing to interrupt it because I don't know any proper punishes at this point. Then my computer started doing the same to me. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I do electrics way better on two-player side. Let's see what happens if I try to train it to throw me to the one-player side and see if the CPU's electrics gets more consistent. That part, it was a failed experiment. It did start throwing me to one-player side, but the execution on two-player side stayed the same as my one-player side, which was kind of weird. I'm not sure if it accounts for what side it's actually playing on. I intentionally started landing way more electrics on two-player side just to see if it'll be able to adapt. And the other thing about Ghost Battle is that if you just play against your ghost like how you normally would another character and they start doing stuff to you, you're gonna be able to pick up your bad habits because your computer is gonna be doing it on you. So it just gives you that other level of discovering your own faults and approaching a way to fix them. So, and I feel like it's gonna extend offline play a lot because you're gonna be able to download other people's ghosts and almost play a simulated online experience offline, and I'm all for it. And I guess I could say that's it for this one. This one was a fun one, man. Like I haven't done something like this in a long time. And you know what? I think I would like to do this again sometime, but maybe a bit more structured in like different areas of Japan if possible, and maybe show more than just arcades. Like there was this esports hotel across the street where I bought my arcade parts, and I thought it'd be funny just to stay there for a night or something, or just finding, you know, just random stuff to do here, or hell, maybe you guys can shoot me some recommendations and I can see if I can check them out. For those of you who missed the last video, yes, I have moved to Osaka, which people still ask me if I for real moved here, but I do go over that in my last video, so check that out to get caught up on everything. And oh, make sure to stay until the end because
They can wait.
There's a little teaser for a little video that I have planned for the future. So as the new age of Tekken and Tekken 7 slowly fades out of existence and the pain that was getting my ass kicked is slowly going to be dawned in a new game, I hope you guys will be able to try something new and be a scrub like me in Tekken 8. Until next time, guys, peace out. Wait, I said it backwards. Peace out, guys. Till next time. You little shit muffins. Yeah, you thought I forgot about that one, huh?
Welcome to the revolution.
Hey, come on, come on!
However, when you see Nina's little mini intro, she goes from over your tit, over your tit. I said over your tits. Oh, fuck, I'm going to hell.